好。你要去吗？ Since his tea garden is a bit far from the village, and we are going to carry, we're going to pick a lot of tea leaves, so we're going with a small tractor. Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel season 2 Unseen China. Today I am in Jingmai Shan, one of the birthplaces of the world tea culture, and it's a village native to the indigenous Pulang people who has been living on tea farming for over 1,000 years. And in my last episode I have shown you the life in this Pulang village, so in today's video I want to show you the most traditional way of tea making. Unlike many other places in China, they still maintain their old tea baking tradition. Nowadays, this region produces different kinds of tea. For example, black tea, fully fermented tea, Hong Cha, and white tea, the tea that is naturally dried without the roasting process, as well as Puer Tea. Puer Tea is the most typical tea produced in this region. Most of the farmers make Puer Cha, the half. They don't really have the condition to make a Puer Tea cake, so most of them they will send the processed Puer Tea into the factory to get pressed into those tea cakes. They also don't have the natural fermentation condition to make ripe tea, so they also, after making sheng cha, they send those leaves into the corporate factories to further process them into pu'er shou cha. There are different kinds of pu'er tea cakes. Let me show you. So those are the bigger cakes, and there are some smaller cakes. The reason to make those cakes is because it's easier for storage. They can last for a long time, and for pu'er tea, it's unlike green tea. The older they are, the more expensive they are. As long as it's under desirable storage condition, they also make those kind of tea, pressed tea in bamboo. That's the loose tea. Now it's April, it's the time to harvest spring tea. The tea production time in Jingmai Shan is very long. It starts in March and lasts till October. But spring tea is the best because it's more flavorful. And this morning I'm going with a family, and we're going to start with picking tea leaves. 早啊，大哥，我们坐这个车吗？好。 你要去吗？你老公干什么好吃嘞？我把这个好了，好。好做吧。啊。 So since his tea garden is a bit far from the village, and we are going to carry, we're going to pick a lot of tea leaves, so we're going with a small tractor. He has 3 pieces of tea garden, that is one of them, but we are going to a further one. 绑上去。If you don't trim the tree, if you don't cut it, then tea trees can grow really big. Look at this one. I think it's about 3 or 4 meters. What a nice tea garden. All the tea trees are taller than me. Some of them come with motorbike, and they've also brought, for example, their lunch, because it's going to be a whole day work. Perhaps this is the oldest tea tree in the world. Look at the size. Over 1,000 years, I guess. Wow. 这个有多少年呀？这边的这些茶树？
我不知道。
哦，你不知道。
从我生下来嘛，我们快检测去种，因为是这个。 原来这个基地是分给我弟我妈妈，就是这种，就是还有我老婆她分一点，还有我队友的南方，我弟还分给我一点了。
哦，这一家给你们分一点点。
就是这种。
I was asking him how old are those tea trees, and he kept telling me he has no idea because it has been passed on from one generation to another, from his grandparents to his parents. According to some research, over 10% of the tea trees in this region are over 1,000 years old, and less than 30% are aged between 500 to 1,000 years old. 就可以摘这么多是吧？从这个地方开始摘。这个，
我们像摘那么多都可以嘛。我们现在我们随便摘嘛，你看瞧，你看瞧，好看。这个今晚上午要割草，昨晚上午来抄。
知道了。
Cam sơn nang ơi so thế đây cam pha ma một tôi nong nang là lấy mà mọc pan nong mà câu nong để pan nang pan
好看，
就是像布一样，这个古树，
长得很肥，
长得很。
Cam
Tea has been one of the most important beverages in China's history, and when talking about tea, it strictly refers to the beverage made of leaves from this plant. And although China produces the world's largest amount of tea, most of them remain consumed by Chinese people, consumed domestically. There are many different kinds of teas. For example, this 大叶茶 here in Puer. In Jingmai Mountain, it's very different from the green tea. So for green tea, as I remember, when I was a kid, I went to pick tea leaves with my grandma. We used to take the tea, the tiny tea leaves, young leaves, something like that, you know, just like that, or strictly only 3 pieces. So 1, 2, 3. But here they use tea leaves that are much bigger. For example, you can take this one. And compared with green tea, they are also much more flavorful. 那每到春茶的时候就会很忙哎，有没有这么？
春茶很忙嘛，我们不采，我请公交来帮我采。
啊，请别人帮忙采。
今年是，这个茶也不烦嘛，我们
就可以自己采。
自己来采。
啊。 Yeah, just imagine this whole region is like this. Under the big canopy are the tea trees. Some of the tea trees look a bit different. So this one is a bit red, this one is more green, but they mix everything. Yeah, that's what I've got. In this region, they don't use chemicals, so everything is organic, ecological. So look, those old tea trees, that's some moss, and there are also some parasitic plants. Look at those two, the moss. I think it's a moss. Honestly, I don't know the English word, but those are edible. So in Yuanyang, in Honghe County, I've seen that they eat this. So they pick this from the tree and then they boil it with ashes, and then they process it, and finally they become 树花, something called 树花, and they can make fried rice with this. Wow, that is the beehives in a tea garden. 会叮是吗？嗯。Some of them just finished picking tea leaves, and they just weigh how many kilos they have. Those are all freshly picked tea leaves, and look, this leaf is very, very big, and when I get close to it, I can smell the fragrance. It smells so good.又来了。
早知道我前几天，我早知道，日落这里可以拍。日落这里可以拍。你跟我说了吗？
在这边拍是吧？
那我没听懂。
大哥，你们什么时候开始炒茶呀？
炒茶呀？还早着嘞。
30分钟是吧？
哎，你好，我来喝茶吃。
Now we're going to see how tea is made. So, 要先把柴火准备好是吧？
要开始。烧火。
Those are the tea leaves they gathered during the daytime. 这每一桶都要差不多的重量吗？
差不多重量。
都是7.5公斤。5.5公斤。哇，
要给他们烫到2度啊。
我做茶专门用这个铁锅炒。
要用铁锅炒。
如果用这个铁锅炒嘛，好喝点，有这个味道。
比那个机器炒的要好喝。
对，对。对。
大哥，这样要翻炒多久呀？
这还要，如果不烫嘛，要炒半个小时。
30分钟。
30分钟，40、50。
如果烫起来，然后我要拉出来点。
要拉出来一点，不要让它变得太烫。
开始。
这还要出来了，香味。
一会儿要出来了是吧？
这还要出来，现在还不出来。
We start around 8 p.m. and the work will end maybe at midnight at 12. So after about 5 minutes tossing the tea leaves, now you can smell a little bit of its fragrance.
950块钱，加这个我往2000、3000多。
哇，就是这个总共3000多。
加工就这个造嘛，是往3000多块。春天的锅就是950。
950。哇塞。
本来他问1000块，我叫他让50
块。这个锅的质量还可以哈。
可以了。
可以，够厚。
如果厚嘛还不烫。
厚还不烫。
炒这个茶还不糊。
如果太薄了就容易炒糊。
如果薄一点嘛，炒不成。对。哎呀，可以嘞。
你们这边炒茶就是那个随便去哪一家都行吗？
全都是我们亲戚嘛。都是亲戚。
全部都是亲戚。
哪个姓苏我是来。
哪一家正好烧锅，然后就过去炒。
他不是个网苗。
มันรู้ส้มไม่ต้องเงี้ยมันเลยดีมาก
他没嘛，他把还找不了这个。
我家都有。
我们家没有。对。
มาตลาดได้ขนาดแกตักสองตัวแล้วเนาะทิ้งเราบุญ
大哥，像这样的好了吗？好了。It's almost 10 o'clock and this is another tea factory, and I also want to show you because there are 2 different kinds of tea. So this one, it's called 小树茶, which means young tea trees, and that's why they use a big machine to roast the tea leaves. After roasting and rolling, this is the next step, to dry tea leaves under the sunshine. And since now it's quite sunny, it's not rainy, it's hot and dry, so 1 day is enough. And here, those are the fresh tea leaves, so I guess they are making white tea, because to make white tea you just need to dry them under the sunshine.
雨水少嘛，所以茶叶苗发得少啊。不像往年了。
哦。
往年嘛雨水多嘛，茶叶个发得多了嘛。今年嘛不多嘛，雨水个少。
这些是差一点的，这些是好的。So the job is pick up the big leaves so that you can get the quality tea leaves and the less good ones. And I'm going to give her a hand. 那个大的茶叶也能卖，对吧？也能卖，便宜一点。
大的茶叶老一点嘛，就做黄片了嘛。
就什么？
做黄片，做黄片嘛就便宜点了嘛。老嘛就价格就低了嘛。加工出来还要挑出来了。对。就是这个一小点嘛，老虎茶嘛剪个哈，如果是多嘛就电那去剪了。
就用那个电的粉。
如果是两上带上拿。两上不紧啊，这样嘛挑不赢嘛就拿电剪了。
就到别的地方剪。So that's the big leaves that I picked. 放这边还可以的哈。If you're traveling to Jingmai Shan, to Wengji Cun or to Nogan Cun, I highly recommend that you buy some of the tea from here because it's really top quality, but it's not expensive. 我让大家都过来买茶叶。Making tea cake is the last step, and often you don't see it in the village because of they always send it to be done in some other factory. So first you have to weigh 375 grams of dried tea. This is a big wok.
这一步是蒸茶，给它蒸软，蒸软了就可以压饼。
但是好像被我给摔坏了，说镜头有点虚。1000烫吗？来，腿差脚，快！锻炼你腿差脚的意志的时候到了。
And after putting that in a piece of cloth now, they wrapped it up and then put it on the big stone, and you have to press it. Again, this is the traditional way because nowadays they press tea cake with machines. 晒棚，这个是晒棚，是如果是太阳大的话，也放在这里面嘛。晴天的话，
如果到这个
下雨的时候，
下雨或是
就在这个里面。
是我的铁锅，这两天我们不忙用。矮一点，做矮，操这种腰盔头。
做的不够高。
不够高嘛。过两天了要整高点。
这边每家都会有个炒锅的吧？每家都有。Before visiting here, I tend to think that every family is quite rich because Jingmai Puer Tea is quite famous. But after staying for a few days, I've realized that it's actually not the case. So Yeah, that's what you can see. The living condition isn't very ideal, except for a few families that they live in a more central position. They are able to open a shop or restaurant or hostels, whatever. They can earn some money from it. For most of the families who lived on tea farming, so far they don't earn that much. 好了，尝尝昨天的。你们以前也这样喝茶吗？以前的话，
以前呢拿这个大，这个土碗啊，
拿这个火烧，以前不有电，
没电的时候就直接拿火烧，
我们拿火烧一拿这个铜壶这个放着，然后一炒，一开始放着也香，
香。
太阳是刚刚晒嘛，它烫，给它捂到1个礼拜，它是，因为它这个它凉，香味不出来。
因为它生味有点重，反正你留到1年比较好喝的。
留到1年比较好喝。
越久越好喝。
越久越好喝。It's very different from green tea because for green tea you always want the fresh one. They said it's better to leave it for half a year to 1 year. They call it maturing, tea maturing. So after 1 year, the taste will change.
你给我们拍一下，我给他放了。
好的。So that's the end of my today's video. I hope you enjoy watching it and get to know something new about China's tea culture. In fact, tea making can not only be found in Jingmai Shan but also in Puer in Xishuangbanna region. There are many famous mountains that produces different kinds of tea. Some are a little bit sweeter, some are more bitter. So if you are interested in China's tea culture, come to Yunnan and try some of China's most traditional, most authentic Puer tea. It tastes very different compared with Lipton tea, powdered tea, for example. Thanks for watching and see you next time.